All right, hello and welcome to the latest edition of Matchday Vlogs, where we're going to be looking at the opening fixtures of the 21-22 campaign. Let's get into it. There we go. Hello and welcome. Remember to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And let's get into it. Wow. The opening fixtures were announced today.
Yep.
Did you know that? That kind of caught me out a bit. It's like I haven't been watching Sky Sports News enough. Did you know?
No, like it did kind of just come out of nowhere. I saw the first fixture come out. I was like, oh, okay, let me know what our first game is, and then pretty much instantly after that, I saw the whole fixture list. So I didn't. Yep. Part of me is like I didn't expect it this early, but at the same time, I was like, oh, actually, we're in June now. We probably should know what the first game is. You know, we've already, we booked our seat for next season, so everything's starting to come around now. So I thought it'd be any time now. Put it this way, I'm more amazed that we got our kit before we got the fixtures. That's usually
yeah, that's a strange one, isn't it? The fact that we can actually see our kit and what it's going to be. Still no news on the away kit, but I'm sure that's all to come. So, as mentioned, we're going to be talking about the first few opening fixtures and looking at some marquee dates, obviously, where we're going for Boxing Day and, where we're going to be over the Easter period and, ultimately where we will finish, where I'll be able to do my jokes. So, where do you think Saints will finish at the end of the season? I can go away at Leicester, which is always makes me laugh. So, so there we go. Now, looking at the opening few fixtures, the season kicks off on August the 14th. So whether or not, there'll be some fixtures that are moved around because Sky or BT want a Friday night fixture, who knows? But as it stands at the moment, we are away on the 14th at Goodison Park, followed the weekend after at Man United, followed the weekend after at Newcastle United, and then a bit of a break for a home game against West Ham United, and then away at Man City. So bit of a tough start, but I don't mind that. And
get out of the way first, like last time.
Yeah, but it's almost like, you if you look at those fixtures, compare them to what we got out of those games last season, it's 0 points. Apart from that West Ham fixture where we would picked up a point. But you have to play these clubs at some point in the season. When you're playing the big clubs, sometimes you catch them early on in the season. There's a bit of a stuff going on with the transfer window, and because that's extended to the 31st now, isn't it?
Let's keep in mind, City did they lose their first couple of games? They had a bit of a trip when they start, and then they just floored it. But
exactly,
you're all right. You've got that kind of luck of the new season on your side. However, Southampton don't have.
When was the last time we met? I mean, arguably last season we made a great start. If you rule out the Palace and Spurs results, take those away, first two games,
what about
2 losses, ignoring the Brentford game, which was a Carabao Cup tie. First 3 games then, all right. But we went on a mad run until like December, and then it sort of stabilized itself and then went horribly wrong.
What about the Spurs game?
Mid-Jan. Yeah, no. First 3 games. First 3 games. First 3 games. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Southampton can never just come out the gates going. No, you're right. I don't expect us to win the first few. Those first few pictures, I don't really expect to get anything out of it. But like get something from Newcastle. Think that'd be that's a hopefulness. But at the same time, it's like I know where we are. I know what's going on. We're probably gonna have some if we get signings that we want, they're still going to have to settle in. If we get signings that we needed to get last minute, they're going to be settling in. So I know that Southampton always have a growing period. It's just once we find our feet like we did last season, can we maintain that? That's every team needs that sort of moment to run, figure it out. What you don't want is to hit the ground running and coming out, win your first 6 games, and then jump off the deep end. Let's try and last season we that's kind of what we did. So let's try and stagger out a little bit. Just calm it down.
Indeed, and hopefully concede a lot less goals, because that's ultimately how you lose football games, is by conceding a goal
I
sometimes.
don't think he'll make it past another 9. And if he does,
if he does, he's done something incredibly right for
imagine
the previous 10
position
games.
we will have to be in. Then it's not it'll be fine.
I reckon mid-table, he could do it.
I know. I think you'd have to be.
Let's stop talking about it, because you know your thing. You don't will it into fruition.
Well, no, because last time with that'll never happen again, and it happened again. So
yeah,
now go the other way. Go the other way and say it probably will. Then it probably won't.
But maybe you look at the way things are panning out throughout this year. First home game up against Man United, point to prove. Let's show the fans what we can do. On the flip side of that, ton of pressure on the players, but
yeah.
There we go. So looking at some of the other marquee games over the festive period, if anyone's fancying a home game on Boxing Day, I'm sorry, it's not happening. We are away at literally the worst place you can go, which is no offense to West Ham fans, but just the stadium is just not great.
We won't be going to that away game.
No, I mean, I didn't mind the Chelsea away on Boxing Day. It's a nice quick train ride, and it's a decent stadium. But when you need your binoculars to watch the players play football, it's not particularly good. So ultimately, and over the Easter period, got games up against Chelsea and Arsenal and Leeds. So it's all pretty spread out. Aside from that, there's nothing really much to say on that. And then to end our season on May the 22nd, which seems extended. It seems later in May, doesn't it? Have we started a week later, and that's why it's ending a week later?
Probably. Well, here's the thing. I always remember the Premier League always kicks off around my birthday anyway. And usually it's either on it or before. So
yeah,
it might be you're right there. But
yeah,
that's just a hint. My birthday is 3 days after. It's 3
Send
days
in
before
Twixes.
Thursday. So 11th of August, guys, send it over. That's what we need. Everything.
We'll do lots of streams then, so you can get some extra super chats in to send lots of nice gifts to.
Here's the thing, right? Mum loves it because now she's like, if I want to buy you a present for your birthday, it's the same stuff that you would ask for when I was 4 or 5. Like it's go to the same shop. It's come full circle. Yeah. It's if anybody asks what are you into, it's like ask 6-year-old me. It's probably the same stuff.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it is.
I've gone full circle as well. It's mad. Absolutely mad.
You buy me Batman and Southampton stuff, I'm going to be pretty happy.
But as I said, end of the season, May 22nd, away at Leicester City, where, probably they'll be in a situation where they'll end up bottling Europe again. Who knows? Do you see anything happening next season that's going to be a big surprise for you? Like what I mean, let me clarify that question. Do you see any teams that are perhaps underperforming the last 2 seasons suddenly performing, and then perhaps suddenly a few up there who might drop off?
That question to me sounds like, do you think Spurs are terrible? And like, let's go into that. Yes, I do think Spurs are terrible and they will drop off. I think, have you seen the team that the manager they're most likely to get is the matey who's just left Roma. So the guy that Jose is replacing is currently front runner for the Spurs job. So they've gone from Poch to Conte to Nuno to Eddie Howe to now this dude. Who I was like, what's he done? What achievements has he got really? And the big headline I saw is that Roma got fined because he put on a 6th substitute. He just ran out of subs and just put another one on. So it's for Spurs. I really hope that doesn't happen because you were lovely when we went away. Spurs fans were blooming lovely. That security team. I love those guys. Great guys. Sort it out.
Idiot we met at the train station. Do you remember that idiot we met at the train station?
No.
They don't remember that. We just picked up a KFC, which is a bit of a disappointment anyway, at Basingstoke Station. And he's like, you Southampton, you're like proper laying into us with like the verbal abuse. You're crap, you are. You're rubbish. All right, chill out.
I don't remember that. I think I was just pretty tired and excited to have a KFC. I blocked that out.
He was so unnecessarily aggressive after a man had just seen his team beating us. I was like, all right, chill out, mate. Chill out.
He knew what was to come.
Yeah, exactly. They're never happy. That's the problem. Never happy.
No. But no, I think Spurs might drop off a bit more.
Yeah.
I think maybe Arsenal might find a bit more footing. Maybe they finish a bit higher than this time.
They can't finish much lower, can they?
They can.
Yeah, it's true.
They can.
It's
and
true.
I mean, let's be fair. Imagine how good Arsenal fan TV would be. Like, I don't want to see it. That's not what it's for. Ray Parler's an idiot and all that kind of stuff. But you would love to see it.
Yeah.
Any team that's got a big fan channel, any team that's got a channel that's worth watching, it'd be funny to happen to, apart from us.
True. Any particular? I mean, let's just hope that we're through the worst of it in terms of everything that's going on at the moment. The thing that we must not speak of. Any particular away games that you're looking forward to? Any fixtures on anything?
Right. So we both said we wanted to go to Leeds last season. So I think Ellen Road is definitely on the cards. I definitely want to go to Ellen Road.
Yeah,
100%.
Which will be April the 2nd, so that'll be an Easter break.
Yeah, so that'd be a likely lad. To be honest, mate, there's a lot of places that I've never actually been to Old Trafford, so we're looking a trip down there. I've been to the cricket ground. It was awful. Don't worry, I wasn't watching cricket. I was watching Take That. Way more entertaining. So yeah, it's
Never. Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, I'm always there's a lot of places where I'd like to go, but for me, I think Elling Road is the big one. I'd like to go to Old Trafford.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't mind. To be fair, because I think about them a lot, I want to go back to Spurs so I can have one of them pies again.
Yeah, decent pies.
That pie was good.
Funky pints, Beavertown Brewery.
I mean, that was fun. But once you poked a hole in the bottom of it and realised it drops out, it stopped being fun. But that pie, even on the day I regret not getting a second pie.
Yeah, other good pies, Chelsea away. It's another decent pie. That fixture will be on October the 2nd, so a bit earlier on in the season. Another fixture I'm quite enticed to have a look at would be Brentford away with their new stadium.
Yeah, actually, that would be
on the right side of London as well. So
I want to see how good they play first, and then if they're doing Leeds, then I don't want to go. But they come up and they're decent. But
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty to chat about in regards to how we think each team's going to do going on into our season preview. But in terms of that, I mean, that's the opening fixtures. I'm okay with a tough start because you've got to play these sides at some point anyway, and the expectation. If you had no disrespect, if you had like Brighton, Norwich, and Brentford as your first three games, you're looking at it, you go, 9 points. Otherwise, we're going down. At least we do it this way. It's like, let's see what we got. Let's really test the side and not have any kind of disillusions for what we think we might be.
I mean, I only get disillusions when we're playing. just before kickoff.
Yeah.
You can ask me some questions and I'll give you some crazy answers.
Yeah. It's when we go quiet as well. It's just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? So
like it's a surprise.
So there we go. Any other thoughts on those fixtures?
I just can't wait to get back in a full stadium and do it properly. It's going to be a great time. Like I said, a lot of my fellow family members got season tickets this year for this season, so I'm excited to have a bit of a convoy on the way down. I've already seen van decals being bought and flags, so I'm very excited just to really embrace it and have I'm excited to see maybe some of the people who watch this, they might come over and say, like, that'd be nice. Bring me a Twix in person.
Absolutely, and we've got some exciting things coming up. I mean, we can't talk too much about what's happening with the channel, but there's some things on the horizon, a couple of fun things. One of which I can't say too much about, but just be watching Facebook on the 24th of July, 8 a.m. Certain mainstream channels going to be doing something with our faces, so we shall see on that.
All we're saying is we are first reserve sponsor for when the Bitcoin goes down.
And then we also have something coming up over the next few weeks, which we'll be talking about in a bit more detail. But hopefully something that will mean that we can engage a bit more in fan activity, and I'll have more to say on that in the coming weeks. But it's looking pretty exciting actually. So certainly something to be looking forward to the future, and basically making it more of a involvement fan channel kind of thing. But taking it to the next level kind of thing. So
we want to slack off and make you do it.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's not. Sorry, no, that's
no, that's not it. But no, it's some really interesting stuff, and ultimately, there's some technology is a wonderful thing, and I always make myself really, really old when I say stuff like that. But there is some amazing stuff that you can now do with virtual sets, and I've said too much.
Anyway, we're going to Mars. We're on Elon Musk has chosen MatchDayVlogs to be the official vlog of the Mars mission. So
exactly. But we will have more details on that coming up. So stay tuned for that. Probably towards the end of next week. Coming up very shortly.
Wow.
Fantastic stuff. All right, Jack. Well, thanks as always. Joining us on here. It's been a fun one. We will have a bit more episodes as the season gets closer as we join to it. Ultimately, we are looking forward to seeing the away kit being announced, any more transfer activity that's coming up. So yeah, we shall be in touch then.
Sounds good to me. I'll see you then, Bob.
Awesome stuff. Well, thanks to everyone who's joined us on this live stream. As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all in the next one. All right, see ya.
Bye.